Hi, this is Mico Silver, BMW of San Francisco. So I'm trying something new today. As you can see, I don't have a cameraman with me. I have this weird GoPro setup that just holds my phone, and I'm going to attempt to do a video with just by myself, kind of like a point of view thing. The car I'm going to take today is the 528i. This is a car that's kind of interesting because you get a lot of value for what you're paying for. You have the actual more of a luxury sedan rather than just a regular 3 Series. There's a difference in the way it rides and the feel of the car, but you don't pay a lot. You can get this car for less than some of the 335 cars, and while you're not getting the full 300 horsepower, it still is a luxury car. It's a great car to drive, and we're gonna give it a try. So again, I apologize if the video is a little bit shaky. I'm trying to set it up the way that you can see well and you can actually see the road, see what I'm seeing. Another thing I'm gonna attempt while I'm doing that is to show you what the head-up display looks like, because this car is equipped with it. Head-up display shows your speed. Right now you do have the directions showing on the head-up display. If I wanted to turn it off, I can just turn off the guidance. So I'm going to clear that for now. Also, what you can see on the head-up display, if I wanted to change the radio station, you can see the list of stations just through buttons on the steering wheel. And if I had my cell phone set up, when I push the phone button, it'll get me my redial list. So it's a safety feature. You can do a lot of things with the car without taking your eyes off the road, just looking straight ahead, and without taking your hands off the steering wheel. Alright, so let's talk about the car. We're going to go for a couple of blocks and we'll get on the highway. Again, this is the 528i, so that's the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, straight fuel injection. Same as the 328, same as the X3. You do have a slightly heavier body, but I don't think it's noticeable, and it still is there's a lot of power in this car. There are still 3 driving modes. You can switch between Comfort mode, Eco Pro, or Sport mode. If you get the M Sport line, you also get the Sport Plus mode, which just goes to dynamic traction control. So right now we're just in regular Comfort mode, and we're going to take it on the highway, see how it responds. Overall, a lot of times customers ask me, do I need the bigger engine? Do I need the 335 or the 535 or the 35i? And usually the answer is no, not really. Nobody really needs it. So we'll go on the highway, give it a punch. As you can see, the response right away. This is an 8-speed transmission, so there are a lot of shifting points, and it's very easy to get this car going from standstill or from slow speed to higher speed. The history of this car, this body style came out in 2011. First 528 was still the inline 6-cylinder engine, but in 2012 they switched it to the 4-cylinder turbo. The engine's been updated a couple of times. It has better software, better exhaust, better mileage, but overall it's pretty much the same car. The body went through the facelift in 2014. You got standard xenon lights, navigation. This year we have standard sport steering wheel. So it's a really good value for what you're paying for. So just for a little while, I'm going to put it in sport mode. As you can see, again, it picks up right away, and you can get up to speed. There's no effort. Compare it apples to apples. If you really were to compare it to 535 would have done the same thing, slightly faster and slightly quieter, but that's about it. Alright, so here we're going to exit the freeway, and I'm going to try to take this tight turn if there's no traffic and see how the car responds. It responds like a BMW should respond, just rides on rails. So we're going to go through the city a little bit, try a couple of things. We're going to go from sport mode back to comfort mode. And I'm going to give it, again, a little bit of acceleration from dead stop. No cars coming up. right, so again, as you can see, it's very responsive. There's plenty of power for city highway driving. It's enough to drive you safely, to get you places. You're still going to be faster than most cars on the road, which is why you get a BMW, one of the reasons. Let's put it in comfort mode, and I'm sorry, Eco Pro, and I'm going to go uphill in the Eco Pro mode. So one thing the car is going to do, it will change the display, lower display, and it's going to give you tips. It tells you if you're braking too hard or if you're accelerating too hard. It still will do it, but it kind of puts you on notice. Another thing we can try right here is to see how the hill hold assist works. So all BMWs, when you stop on this steep hill, as long as you make it a full stop, take my foot off the brake, 1, 2, 3, and only then I release it. It rolls back a little bit. This car still has a lot of torque, so even without touching the gas, it holds it. But again, you have at least 2 seconds to take your foot off the brake, put on the gas, and start driving. There's absolutely no road noise. You cannot hear anything from the outside. It's very quiet, and that's what you're getting. That's what you're paying for if you're going upgrading from the 3 Series to the 5 Series, regardless of the engine. So even with the smaller engine, you get a quieter car, you get nicer ride, you get more shoulder room, you get different seats, better materials, better, nicer layout. The navigation is kind of tucked in. The iDrive is built into the car, different cup holders. So it definitely has a more of a luxury feel to it, and it feels nicer. Takes the bumps nicer. All right, let's get out of the comfort mode, back to the, sorry, out of the Eco Pro to comfort. Just accelerating up the hill in regular comfort mode. And we're going to come to the twisty street where I always like to come to drive these cars, because it gives me a chance to get a good feel for the car. And again, this is where you really can feel what this car is about and what BMWs are about. Because another thing, like some people say, oh, you know, unless it's a bigger engine, unless it's this or the M, it's not a real BMW. Well, trust me, this is a real BMW. So I hope you can see what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to hold the camera steady. That's it. Again, it's hard for me to see what it's going to be on the camera, but I hope you got a feel that this car is just as much BMW as any M car. It's just much more affordable, it's more manageable, it's smoother. Another run up the hill. Okay, and I'm going to start heading back. Alright, I'm going to try to show you how I can use again how this head-up display works together with steering wheel controls and with voice activation with navigation. One button. Enter address.
Please say the house number in single digits followed by the street, the city, and the state.
1675 Howard Street, San Francisco, California.
Processing your input. 175 Howard Street, San Francisco.
Yes.
Start guidance or add as another destination.
Start guidance.
Route guidance started.
So that's it. That's all it takes. You just give it the address, confirm a couple of commands, make sure you speak when the car is ready to listen, and it's going to pick it up. Right now the voice guidance is off, so the car is not talking to me, but I do have the map, the big map on the iDrive, and I do have the head-up display giving me my immediate directions. Tells me how far I have to go until the next turn, where the next turn is. Once you get closer, it starts getting more specific. Tells you which lane you should be in. This is a one-lane street, so it's not going to do that here. But if you were on a highway or even a multi-lane street, it'll tell you which lane you're going to be in. It's going to tell you what the exit's going to look. Let's say you're on the highway and there's an exit coming up that you should be taking. It'll give you a picture of what the exit looks like, if it's on the left, on the right, how many lanes, and what the sign above the exit will say, what number of the exit, and if it's, you know, whatever the exit is called. So again, it's just a safety feature. It's really convenient. It's right in front of you. It changes color at night. The only issue with the head-up display is that if you have polarized sunglasses, it kind of cancels it out. So it's you can barely see it if you have polarized sunglasses. Otherwise, it works fine. Alright, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the test drive. I hope you can see everything well and you didn't get a headache from the bumpy camera. And if you're in the market for a luxury mid-size sedan, definitely check it out. Thank you.